Hey there guys, I'm Lee Williamson, and today I'm going to show you how to cut a showreel using a couple of animation principles to really make your video pop. So without further ado, let's dig in. So the first thing I'll do is show you where I chose my music track. I went onto Audio Library under YouTube. I'll be sure to send you the link. Basically I went to Attribution and I chose Not Required. You can do Required, but if you have it on Required, you'll just need to show the artist who did the music in your reel comment section. The next thing I want to do is on my duration. I usually like to keep my reel down to a minute, so I usually try and find tracks that are a minute long. That way it's got a nice fade out at the end that's more natural. And one thing I find that's quite important is actually have a track that builds up faster in the beginning, essentially gets to the point, so you really feel like you spring into the beat of the music. And also it would be nice to find a track that has tempo changes, so that you can change your footage in between the tempo changes, which is quite nice. You know, if a track is kind of quite similar all the way through, it doesn't give much wiggle room. And then perhaps something that has a nice little build up at the end, or a nice fade at the end, just gives it something, some more spice to your video. Something else that's worth taking into mind is trying to find a track that you've almost got to imagine that you have the taste of multiple people. So try and find a track that isn't too annoying to someone with specific taste. I might have failed a little bit on this one because maybe some people might not quite like the little dancey type music that are used in this. But yeah, just take that into consideration. Almost imagine you're choosing a track that is pleasing to all tastes, and that way you more than likely will prevent the person from wanting to turn the sound off in your video when watching your show reel, and keep them watching for longer, because they might just turn off simply due to your track use. So keep that in mind. If I go into my animation, the next step is, once you've put your track in and chosen some of your transitions, it's good to find a way to use something called advanced eye trace. Now, put it this way, a viewer can be quite lazy. You don't want them to look too much all over the screen. You kind of want to lead the eye to different places on the screen. So the way I transitioned between frames, like for example, you'll have the cameras going towards the middle, flying through, and then as it gets here, I've just done a mask going from bottom to top. And so what you're doing is you're leading the viewer's eye up, but at the same time my video footage is actually going up. So all I'm really doing is I'm using a mixture of advanced eye trace to lead your viewer up. And then if I just go to the next frame, you notice how my mask sweeps over this video, and that leads very nicely to this part of the animation where that unfolds. And the same thing will go again when we go to this frame, that mask reveals this footage, and at the same time that M is turning around in the same direction. Same thing again here. You can notice the M unfold from a table to an M, and as that pushes up, so is my mask. It's pushing up to reveal the next thing, as well as that hand is going from bottom to top. So is the mask bottom to top. So you're continuing to keep your momentum going at one pace. You're not making it stop, and that's really nice for energy transfer, which is very pleasing to the eye. And same thing you see here. Sometimes you can go down, and if you want almost like a bouncy ball effect, you can make it go in the opposite direction it came from. So you pull it down and then pull it up. So you're literally leading the viewer's eye down to the bottom, and then you notice these pizza boxes are stacking up and they're going up. And this one can be quite subtle. It's going up and the character's walking forward. Same thing again, he's walking forward. And with this one, I've shrunk down the mask to get the idea that it's shrinking down into the footage as if we're pulling away from it. And so you get that feeling of boom. And here the mask is pulling to the right, and this building L is turning. And the next step I want to do is I want to lead the viewer's eye to the left side of the animation, where I'm going to reveal this logo. So watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to make that viewer look over here by a little blinking crosshair, and then I'm going to draw lines, and it's going to blink over there, and the lines are traveling, so your viewer is looking to the left now. And then I'm going to make an animation of the word elemental, drawing once again from the right to the left, leading the viewer to this left corner. And then I've drawn a mask over the top, and that mask draws right to there, and you get a square, and then my animation draws on the word elemental. And yeah, that just gives you a little bit more of a it doesn't make your viewer's eyes work too hard, and therefore that it's more pleasing to the eye. And same thing again here, when this pulls out like this, notice how that momentum is going to make the V spin. So it's almost as if like some imaginary thing is attached to that V, and as it spins past, that V is going to spin. So you get this vroom, and it spins. And yeah, I hope that helps, guys, just to get a little bit of understanding of the way you can just cut video footage in a way that just makes a reel pop a little bit better without you actually having to animate extra to make that feel good. Another good thing is to have a nice build up. So in the song, let me pull my headphones out so you can hear the track, is to build up a little bit of momentum before your final reveal. So if I turn my volume up, you notice this music builds up over here, and here comes the build up, and reveal. And yeah, I think it's just good to take your music into consideration, that you can build up anticipation with your timings of your imagery before your final reveal of the logo at the end. Another example would be to show my old 2017 showreel. A lot of the work has homework from a course I did with School of Motion. I'll show you a link to them. They are the ones that taught me some of these fantastic techniques that I'm highlighting for you today. If you want to go in further depth, it's definitely worth checking out their course. So in this animation, you notice the airplane flies down and then the eye pulls up. This character is walking to the left and he comes from the left. Now watch, this character is about to fall down, and as he falls down, his hat shot up in the air. I don't know if you noticed that, just over there his hat fell off his head, and then suddenly the ball in this video footage is shooting up. So you don't have to use masks, you can just use the momentum that's actually in the video footage. Ball goes up in the air, it goes down, bounces. Now I don't know if you heard there, but I've even used the little beat of the music to time with my animation, so you'll hear bum bada bum bada bum, and it's the same sound effect almost as if the ball is bouncing. So listen out for it. And same thing for so now here's another one. Now this girl is going to be throwing a ball, and I had totally different footage here where a ball is coming in from the left and bouncing and dropping. Now originally this video footage of this girl throwing a ball, all I did is I flipped the video footage so that the ball could be going from left to right, and that way transfer of emotion. Totally different video footage, there's a ball bouncing, and if you can listen in the background you can hear the sounds of a little bell in the track that goes ding 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 ding, and it's timed exactly perfectly to the way the ball bounces here, which was a pure fluke, but anyway it worked. Bing bing, and same thing again. Yeah, this ball is being hit by this ping pong bat. Same thing with a bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. So you can use music to drive your animation, or take your video footage to drive the sound effect of the music. And a year ago, as this is about to change the next frame, there's this sound, and it works perfectly fine in this transition. And if you heard that there, so that was a great way to use that momentum also once again with the sound effect. And notice how you notice that ball falls down. Actually, I didn't really transition there, but sometimes you can't always get it right. Let's see, here we go, perfect example. So this bat hits that ball, and as it hits the goal, it lined up nicely with the sound effect that went good at it, and that just sells your showreel a lot easier. Same thing over here. This red paddle falls down, and as it falls down the suitcase comes down. So two totally different video footage, but you're using your transfer of momentum to draw their eye. And carrying going, that squid is going up, that bat is going up, the square comes in from the left, and notice how two totally different footage again. This goes up, and my animation was traveling up in this specific animation, so use your video footage to your advantage. Same thing again, yeah. This travels down, and then the knife in the next scene hits. So it goes down, and then the knife falls down, which is another great transition. So be purposeful with the way you cut your footage. There we go, there was another one. You have Mega Man jumping off a building, jumps off the building, and he's going down, and we can use more of a bouncing ball effect. Now you've led your eye down, and then the square shoots up. And yeah, there we go. And same thing again, yeah, when he kicks the screen, like the sound of a record coming to a stop. That little sound effect that I did actually add in wasn't part of the track, but sometimes you can add a few extra sound effects where the beat didn't quite match in as well. So I hope you found that helpful too.